So here is what is interesting. While most e-commerce brands are scrambling to figure out why their ads suddenly stop working, and while agencies keep pointing the finger at the latest meta update or tracking issue or the market, we are seeing something completely different. But what actually kills your performance? And it's not meta updates. It's the complete absence of a cohesive system behind those ads. I'm talking about random credit testing with no strategy at all. Inconsistent messaging that confuse your audience. Campaigns that actually don't talk to each other and account structures that are 3 years outdated. And honestly, zero understanding of actual customer psychology. Those approaches might worked a few years back, but today they are absolutely destroying your growth. Because here is the reality. You don't scale with more ads. You scale with a creative engine, a data engine, and a structured system that turns real insight into scalable performance. And that's exactly what today I'm going to show you. The complete system we install inside every single client account from the inside out. I'm going to walk you step by step through our exact process. How we onboard, how we research, how we build what we call your brand second brain, and most importantly, how we create winners, how we test and scale them. We work with e-commerce brands spending anywhere from 10K to over $500,000 per month across multiple categories. So we see exactly what drives growth and what silently kills it. So if you want to understand how modern e-commerce scaling really works and how to finally break out of that plateau you've been stuck in, watch this video until the end. All right, let me jump into my screen and I'll show you how the entire system works. So the first one is called onboarding and research. This is a very simple phase, but extremely powerful. First thing we do is sending you a structured onboarding document. And I want to be clear, it's not like the classic form that you fill up in 10 minutes. Inside this document, we collect things like the origin story of your brand, the founder intent, the tone, who your ideal customer actually is, your brand voice, your margin, your ideal cost per acquisition, break-even point, operational constraint, and all the things that normally not many agencies actually ask. And this is what really determine your success or fail. So right after the onboarding, we move into our initial research, which is an AI-powered research on your competitor. We want to know everything about them, what angle they're using, what the customer complain about in the reviews, what they absolutely love and hidden desire in the market, and pattern across the UGC, static ads, hook and messaging they are using. So this gives us a complete map of what works, what doesn't, and where your brand fits inside the market psychology. And from there, we can start the real strategy. Then we move into our phase two, which is the data collection. Clearly, to scale properly, we need to understand your past. So we are going to perform a deep audit on your ad account, on your content, and after that, we are going to consolidate all the data. So related to your ad account audit, we are going to dive into your past 3 months, 6 months, and 12 months of performance. We are looking at your top performing ads, if there is ad fatigue patterns, what angle did you try, the one that worked and the one that didn't work, the way your spending is distributed in the funnel, so if there is gap in your funnel, how is the frequency, and in general, if there is structural problem in the way your ad account is set up, above all in the tracking side. So after that, we're going to move into your content audit. Since you're going to share with us all the content that you have been producing so far, we're going to study the way you have been communicating and if there is assets with potential, so probably we can iterate them, and what kind of angle are you using and completely missing based on our prior initial research, and what audience segment you are probably not even speaking to. And the last part of the phase two is the data consolidation. Finally, we consolidate everything, your onboarding responses, our research, that account data, the credit library we have, all the reviews we can find around. If you have surveys, brand guidelines, we get everything and we organize everything into a Google Drive and a document system. So everything we need to find is going to be there, and it became like a source of truth. After that, we move into the phase 3, where we're going to build your brand second brain. And this part most agency cannot even explain because they actually don't even do it. So we take all the consolidated data and we upload it into a custom AI project that we call our brand's second brain. And this second brain became the intelligence behind every single decision we are going to make forward. So what does it learn? It's going to learn your brand tone, personality, your communication style, your customer psychology, your competitors' angle, your historical winners and losers, the objection, desire, and emotional triggers of your customer. So it's not just our information, it's going to understand patterns. And this is why this tool is so powerful. So how does the second brain works? Basically, we are going to use it as the decision-making center for your entire creative system. Every script, hook, angle will come from the second brain suggestion. So we are not just going to guess what to write, what kind of script we need. We are going to extract it directly from the research we made, from all the paper you share with us and everything you said about your brand. It's not going to be just randomness. It's going to be everything based on data, based on what we found online, everywhere. So everything is going to be there for a reason. Then every creative even became smarter than the previous one because the second brain learns continuously. Every time we test a new ad and we get like a new winner or even new loser, we get everything and we upload that inside this AI. So it's going to learn based on the result we are going to get. In this way, it's going to analyze the hook we used, it's going to analyze the angle we use, and all the pattern that we are testing will become even clearer. So every time we're going to ask to the second brain for a new content, it's not going to be just random, but based on the data we share with it until today and the continuous research we do on competitor and the market. Because of that, it will allow us to keep on scaling the creative volume without losing any quality. Because when you scale, you need more hook, more format, more angle, more iteration, more variation. And we notice that most brands at this point, they just break because their messaging just completely falls apart. But with the second brain, it's very easy to manage this volume we are going to need when we scale because it's going to keep everything aligned with the brand. And on top of that, it's going to become even, we can say, a memory of your brand because even the call we are going to take together, the script from this call will be uploaded there and everything gets stored. And in case someone missed something, we can just type and ask for a question and everybody will be accountable. Everybody knows what to do. Everybody knows what to test next because everything is stored there and accessible to everyone. So yeah, we can say it functions even as a memory. So instead of throwing random ads at the wall, we're going to build a controlled, predictable, creative engine that gets smarter every single month and compounds performance over time. And this is what most brands are missing. They're not doing this part, but this is what really allow us to scale your brand without compromising with the performance. And the first thing we are going to use this second brain for is building avatars and mass desires related to those avatars. And the avatars are not just the classic basic the demographic profiles, but a deep psychological profile that are going to include all the emotional drivers, the buyer motives, the objection that your customer might have, and the unconscious desire that your customer are actually responding to. And this allows us to make super specific ads that feel personal, relevant, and resonate deeply. And related to those avatars, we're going to make mass desire. And a mass desire identify the core emotional reason people actually buy from you. Not the reason they claim to buy, but the real ones. And this is like the foundation of our entire creative strategy. And all these avatars, mass desire, and everything we say so far are going to be used with a growth guide. The growth guide is let's say the brand instruction manual is an Excel that is going to give us the instruction on what angle we need to test strategically, what hook we need to test next, what ad we are missing in the funnel, the reason why we need to test this creative or another, and it's going to remove 100% of the guesswork. So in this Excel, we are going to have ad by ad, why we need to produce it, related to what avatar, which must desire, and the reason why, the scripting, everything, the result, the learning that will be uploaded again on the second brain, and it's going to tell us, okay, what we need to test next, the reason why, and it's not just based on something like, oh, I would like to test this because I like it. No, it's going to be based 100% on data. After that, we move into the phase 4, which is the creative strategy and production. And this is where we are going to make the actual ads. And based on our current offer, we have two potential solutions for you. The first one is the advisory mode. It's perfect for you if you have already a creative team in-house. And in this case, your team is going to execute the ad. We are going to give guidance with the second brain, all the growth guide, and everything we say so far. So we are going to give indication on what ad we need you to create, the hook, the script, the format, references, the angle, the awareness level. But your team is going to make the final ad. We give suggestion. The other model is the done for you. And in this case, you give us the key and we produce everything. You just need to say, I like it, and approve it. That's it. And inside our creative framework, we had 3 types of ads. And this is our creative framework. Clearly, if you want just the advisory mode, those are going to be our minimum standard to work with us. And the 3 types of ads we are going to produce are the imitation ads, ideation ads, and iteration ads. The first one are the imitation ads. The imitation ads are proven winners in your category that get adapted and elevated for your brand. So for example, if you are in the fashion niche, we already have a lot of proven winner in your category. So it's very likely if we produce something similar, clearly adapted to our brand, we can get winners as well. So we start to work with something that is very likely to work. After that, we have the ideation. Ideation is creating completely new concept based on all the research we have done. So for example, reviewing comment under the ads, comment in Amazon, TikTok. We can spy on competitors, comment, and identify new desire, new emotional trigger. So all these research are going to give us a lot of very good indication on new angle that we can explore to scale even further. And the last one is the iteration ads. And this happens when we find a winner, we multiply it with a new hook, a new angle, new CTA, slightly new script. And in this way, we're going to increase the lifespan of your winners and it's going to reduce our cost to test. So this creative engine is going to give us constantly new winners. So you don't need to rely all the years long on these single or maybe 2 lucky ads. And then we get into the phase 5, which is testing and analysis. And once the ads go live, we enter into a feedback loop. Inside the testing phase, clearly we're going to evaluate winners, near winners, loser, signal, the thumbnails, the ads with high CTR but low conversion rate, and vice versa. And we are going to identify those patterns. And into the learning phase, we are going to get every insight that we get, and we upload that in the second brain and in the growth guide that is going to tell us what ad we need to test next. That's why this system gets smarter every single week. And this is how we can compound your result over time, not just relying on luck, but with structure. And finally, last part, there is something optional, which is the CRO advisory. Because if your website is underperforming, the conversion rate is low, even your ads are going to collapse. It doesn't matter how good our ads are going to be, because if your landing page, website, UX, or performance are not optimized, we are not going to get any kind of conversion. So in this case, we are going to send you mood boards, competitor benchmarks, and specific recommendation on how can you improve the conversion rate of your store. And since we are not offering this as a service, and in case you feel you might need someone handling even this part, we have very good recommendation with our agency partner. So this is our service, but who do we work with? Since we are a boutique agency, we don't work with anyone. We typically partner with US and Canadian e-commerce brands that have at least 1 year of performance history, that are already generating constantly revenue and have a good and strong product, but they are lacking a scalable creative system and structure with ads. So we are not going to be a fit with your brand if you're starting completely from zero, unless probably you just want some advisory work. If you watch this until this point, it means you're looking for more than just a quick fix. You're looking for a system, a real partner, not just another freelance. If you feel like our process matches the direction your brand needs to grow, then let's talk. We will review your account, identify your bottlenecks, and show you exactly how our system would apply to your brand specifically. The link is right below. You can book a call and let's see if we are a good match. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.